Hey, what's going on, you overcooked artilleries? Today we're playing some games with this crazy SlowDuck deck that is brought to us by Sam Vernoy's top 16 finish at one of the DC Opens. I actually didn't even know that this deck kind of existed at all, or that it plays as well as it did in the DC Open until just recently, or I would have definitely been trying this deck out sooner, but I just kind of noticed it today. That a SlowDuck deck made top 16 at one of the DC Opens. So I took a look at it, and it's pretty ridiculous, and I thought we definitely had to give it a try. So I'm kind of jumping right into this one without having played any games with it. I played around with SlowDuck a little bit before this, but not a list quite this crazy. This one is pretty much completely based around trying to abuse Lance Prism Star to set up the Dragonites to get us the Fast Call to search for supporters, and then also the Hurricane Charge, so we can accelerate water energy out of our deck with this one. So yeah, there's 4 Stevens and 4 Misty's Favor, so we have a ton of ways to find the Lance, get it into our hand, and get it ready to go. Almost always going to be giving up a free prize card of a Jirachi or a Lapras. Those are our ideal starters, opening up with a Jirachi or a Lapras. Give up one of them, use Misty's or Stevens on the first turn, and then immediately go into the Lance and then start cruising from there. So yeah, this is pretty much his exact list. The only thing I changed was I cut the energy spinner for a 9th water. Besides that, exactly the same 59 as what Sam played at the DC Open. There's also a Hoopa in here, help out a little bit with the Malamar matchup alongside the Lysandre Labs. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, and let's see how this deck runs. I got no idea, but I'm super curious to find out. Getting into one here, going first, have a super good hand. Already have the Lance Prism Star in hand, up against a Malamar deck. We already have the Lysandre Labs for that as well. Gonna go ahead and hit him with the Fan Club for Jirachi and, SlowDuck and a Jirachi. I think we might even retreat the Lapras right now. No, I think we'll just get Lapras. I don't even know what I want to grab here. We're going to have the Misty's Favor for the next turn. We could just retreat into... We're going to start attacking as soon as possible, so I don't think I want to do the retreat thing. Could grab the Hoopa now, because Hoopa's going to be hard to find later on. And Hoopa is very good in this matchup, potentially. Yeah, we could just grab the Hoopa here, actually. And depending on how they set up, we could even start getting in there with the Evil Admonition early on. As soon as next turn. Probably not going to happen. But grabbing the Hoopa sounds pretty good, actually. I'm down with grabbing the Hoopa here. Bench this guy. Bench the Hoopa, especially because we have the Lysandre Labs in play. We'll attach to the Hoopa for now, and then pass over to our opponent. Yeah, because we can go, even if they get out Athena with the spell tag on it, we could swing in with the Evil Admonition, plus the Lysandre Labs in play, and the spell tag won't be able to clean up the knockout. Also, if they just end up with Athena on their bench, and, I don't know, another Jirachi or something like that, we can also just take advantage of that as well. There's a Viridian Forest, which we're also going to look to take advantage of, getting our water energy into play. So yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot off the start here. I guess the only thing that we'd be kind of scared of is like the double Tina coming down. That would be a little bit annoying to deal with. But that'd be a lot for our opponent to have this early. Getting both those in the discard pile and then the double Distortion Door would be a little bit annoying. So that'd be the only thing that would be kind of annoying here, I guess, is both Distortion Doors coming down here. But they definitely want to be searching out NKs as soon as possible. So yeah, there's another NK for our opponent. We're probably just going to be giving up this first Lapras here. Just let our opponent take that knockout on it. It'll be more than fine, I think. In the long run, not going to have to worry about it too much. And we're just going to go with a Misty's Favor here, probably. Going to get ourselves... I don't even know what we want here, actually. We'll decide here in a bit. Yeah, so we can only hit this for 50 currently. They would have to put another Jirachi down or a second Tina down for us to take a prize off it, which is probably just not going to happen. We do have the Lance, like I said before, so we're all set up, ready to go with that. We just need our opponent to take a knockout, which we're going to get, like I said. Give them this Lapras. They can knock it out if they want to. Alright, there's a Power Plant. Definitely want to keep Viridian Forest out of play at some point. We also want to utilize it as much as possible. Go with the Misty's Favor here. I'm going to check for the Dragon Boys. They're both in here, so that's great. Hopefully we don't top deck one of them going into the next turn. I want a Fan Club next turn. I also want Surge, and then probably another Misty's Favor here. I think is what we're going to go for. At this point, we're ahead in the energy attachment, so I don't even know if we need to get the energy attachment guy, but we need to get Lapras out of the deck. So I think this is what I want to go for. And then we can go Surge into Fan Club, Misty's Favor, thin out the deck, get some more supporters for the following turn. That sounds good to me. Check the playmat real fast. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's go for it. grab these 3. Gonna be using the Lance next turn, but we could even go Surge Lance Fan Club actually. Ooh, that's pretty good. Oh, and then yeah, Mermaid's Call, get back that Misty's Determination, and then yeah, go ahead, send it over to our opponent. Yeah, we don't even really need to set up the other what's it called at this point? I don't think the other Dragon Pokemon. We probably should have reinforced away Misty's there to grab Water Energy. We don't even need to set up the other one, the one that searches for Water Energy and puts it in play. I think we only really need access to the one that does the gets the supporters out of the deck. So I think we're just gonna try and set up 2 of those. I think we can use it twice during the turn, so that's definitely what we want to go for. I think just fully get all the supporters out of our deck, give ourselves all the options on every single turn. Then we can just Fan Club for 2 Lapras next turn. We'll probably go Surge, Lance, Fan Club. We'll get a Lapras and a Slowpoke. We need a second Slowpoke, that's for sure. Yeah, and then from there, yeah, we'll have 2 Dragonites in play that can search out 2 supporters out of our deck at any point to get whatever we need. So that sounds pretty good to me. Like I said, we do have the Lysandre Labs in hand right now, so we can shut down that spell tag, get 2 knockouts with this Hoopa, which is going to be great. The 2 knockouts with this Hoopa is going to be stellar. It's also possible, I guess, our opponent doesn't knock us out next turn. They still need a way to move the Jirachi, in which case we could just go in with the Hoopa next turn, hard retreat the Lapras. Yeah, that might be the game plan to go with then. Yeah, if our opponent doesn't retreat here, I think we're in a really good spot. We'll see if they can get off the retreat here or not. There is the Stellar Wish. It is for a Cynthia. That's not a switch card, but they might still have one in hand, so they might be fine. There's an Evolve. I'm hoping for a pass. I'm sure our opponent's hoping for a retreat. They could have actually just like hard retreated the Jirachi. I don't think they left themselves open to that play at all here. And it is just going to be the pass. All right, so we can go ahead and start getting in there with Hoopa this turn, which is definitely what we want to do here. They bumped their own Viridian Forest, which is a little bit annoying. We're definitely going to have to set up the other Dragon guy at this time. The Lieutenant Surge is not going to come in super clutch anymore here. I might just... I think we're going to Fan Club here. We're going to get another Slowduck and another Lapras here. And we're going to leave those in deck. Well, those should just be left in deck, yeah. Get these 2 guys. We're then going to attach, hard retreat the Lapras into the Hoopa. Get this knockout here. We don't need either of these in play yet. I kind of want to bench the other Slowpoke Psyduck. We're not going to bench either of them. We're just going to go with that. I need to leave 2 bench spaces open. We're going to bench this guy. All right, I've decided. Getting ding-dinged over here. All right, Evil Admonition for the knockout. Tina can't quite knock out, and they're going to try and utilize the spell tag for it, but we do have that Lysandre Labs in our hand, and we can actually continuously get it back with the Lusamines that this deck plays, so that's something we're going to try and pull off as well. We're definitely going to Misty's favor for Lusamine, and something else next turn. Not even sure what the third card has to be. We have so much good stuff in the hand right now. We definitely want Lusamine, and something though, so we can start chaining the Lysandre Labs continuously back into play and just keep it locked in play. So we're gonna do that on the next turn for sure. Put it in play, get the Lusamine so we can use Lusamine on the following turn to keep it in play. Maybe, I mean, I guess we'll have access to the Lance, but as long as, yeah, you know, I guess the turn after we would probably just go for the Lance play. We want to get the 2 Dragonites out. Yeah, so there's the swing for the 110. Not gonna quite be enough for the knockout, like I said, and then we get to put the Lysandre Labs in play and stop them from doing that. Yeah, so Misty's favor. Gonna get ourselves Lusamine, and probably a Fan Club. That's the only thing we're really missing out of the hand. We might want to get some more Lapras set up. So yeah, I think Lusamine, Fan Club. Don't really need to use Surge. We're kind of ahead here. We have 2 Coach Trainer in hand. I don't think the Bills would ever... Oh, the Bills could be good, actually. Let's go with the Bills instead. Lusamine, Bills. I like that. Bills could get us, like, healing or the custom catchers, stuff like that. Lysandre Labs comes down, and then we're going to swing it through with... we'll use the Mermaid's Call first. Mermaid's Call, and then swing through with that Evil Admonition for the knockout here. They also might whiff the knockout again on this turn. It's actually possible. Big deal that we don't take the spell tag damage, though. That's the point of the play we just made, to avoid that spell tag damage. All right, so we're in a great spot. Keep mentioning it, but we're still in a great spot. As long as we don't top deck the Dragonite that accelerates energy. Even if we top deck that one, we're okay. We can always get the other one, though. We have 2 of the other one in the deck, so we're never going to not be able to pull that one off this next turn. It is whenever something gets knocked out, right? Yeah. So they're going to knock out our Hoopa. We're going to play Lance. We're going to hope they don't reset stamp us. If they reset stamp us, that would be annoying. Still definitely doable. But yeah, we're going to hope they don't reset stamp us. And then we're just going to Lance, get the 2 boys out, and then just start swinging with the Slowpoke Psyducks and try and clean up the game from there. We're going to use the Bills as soon as possible as well, just try and get into those Great Potions, do a little healing, because the boys are starting to take a little bit of damage. We need to keep them alive for as long as possible to get through this Malamar deck. No spell tag yet from our opponent. There's one custom catcher. That's two custom catcher. They're actually going after our Slowpoke Psyduck. That's a little bit annoying. We don't quite have a way to move the boy, so I think we're just going to have to go ahead and swing with him. That does mean the Hoopa can potentially go down to a Giratina Distortion Door. We could just hard retreat him, but I think at that point we might start to run out of energy. We have 9 energy in the deck. I actually might just hard retreat him here. Especially if we top deck an energy. Well, if we top deck an energy, I think I'd hard retreat him for sure. We'll see what happens here. Top deck. Oh, it is the switch. Even better. Switch back into the Hoopa. Nice try there, buddy. And I guess we could have. I kind of forgot switch with the card. We could have Bill's Analysis to try and dig for the switch. Yeah, I kind of forgot Bill. That was actually a card in the deck. We're gonna put down the other Lapras, I think, at this point, because they have to take a knockout for us to activate our anyways. And then I will just Misty's Favor once again. We're going to thin out the deck of pretty much everything here. I'm going to grab the Erikas, the Coach Trainer, and the Fan Club at this point, I think. I guess we won't get the Erikas. We'll get another Misty's Favor here. Get all those into the hand. And then Mermaid's Call, get it back into the hand. That way, if we do get like Reset Stamped, I'd rather have it, I think, in my hand overall. And then Evil Admonition, knock out this Giratina. 220, getting so much value out of this Hoopa this game. It's actually kind of insane. Another prize card. Steven's Resolve. Yeah, not very good anymore, but they're good in the early game. And then we're just going to start to discard them eventually at some point with the Thrilling Times GX. Actually, we kind of want one Misty Determination in our discard pile, don't we? So if we do get Reset Stamped, we can just Mermaid's Call it into our hand. Yeah, so actually, I've been messing up a little bit. I should have been leaving one Misty's in the discard pile for sure, actually. I kind of underthought that play a little bit there. Definitely should have left one in the discard pile. Now that I'm thinking about it, makes sense to leave one in the discard pile for sure. But yeah, in a really good spot. Our opponent still has yet to draw a prize card. They got the switch there, so they will be attacking us with Giratina, drawing their first prize finally on this Hoopa. Finally taking this Hoopa out. There we go. They do play custom catchers, which is something that I guess we have to be a little wary of. There's a spell tag as well, but if they don't have the counter stadium, spell tag doesn't matter. There's going to be the concession from our opponent, so I guess they're thinking a little bit too much to deal with. And we're going to take this first dub with the SlowDuck deck. I think we're in a good spot to win that one no matter what, especially if we start to find some Great Potions, a turn of double Great Potion, and we had so many cards in our hand at that point that I think it was only a matter of time before the Bills would just like rip us 2 Great Potions. So quick, easy dub against the Malamar. We drew our early game super well. Played out super well on that one. They whiffed the turn to attack, and we started cruising on them with the Hoopa Lysandre Labs combo. And yeah, they couldn't really ever recover from that. They just kept falling further and further behind. So early dub here in the first one. To another one here. We are going first. No Pokemon. That would have been a really good hand to have into our first turn, though. Especially if we think our opponent couldn't attack. Even if they could attack us. Cherish Balls to get the boys, and then Stevens to set up the Dragonite would have been sick. All right, new hand. Jirachi start, but the rest of the hand isn't looking too great because we do want to use Misty's Favor to get that Lance Prism star. There's a Volcanion from our opponent. They could High Heat Blast, knock us out, so we have to prepare for that, which means we have to go for the Fan Club unless we get a Cherish Ball off the Stellar Wish. So we should start with Stellar Wish here. Bill's Analysis is going to be the pick, it looks like. Out of these, yeah, it's going to be the Bill's Analysis, and then we will Pokemon Fan Club get ourselves a duck and a mermaid, or duck and a Lapras, excuse me. Or should we just get 2 ducks? No, let's get a Lapras. Yeah, let's get a Lapras. Duck and a Lapras. Bench the duck, attach to the duck, bench the Lapras as well, and then pass over to our opponent. See what they can come up with on this turn. We'll have the Misty's Favor for next turn. They could High Heat Blast knock us out, but I would be fine with that because then we can get the knockout with the Ditch and Splash very easily next turn. There's a Welder for 1 from our opponent, so they're having a really bad start. A second Volcanion, but that's not that great. So we're in a great spot in this one already. Just gonna look to set up a bunch of Lapras here, I think. And not even worry too much about the Lance play yet. If we top decked it, we would definitely use it, but I'm not going to worry about going into it too early on. Yeah, no Lance yet, but that's fine. We're just going to go with, we could go with the Coach Trainer just to see cards, but actually I would like to play out a Fan Club next turn, I think. if I had the choice. I don't think our opponent's going to be knocking us out. I'm going to get the Lance in the hand anyways. And then probably just get another Misty's Favor to keep our options open. Yeah, this will kind of like maximize our options. Because I can just discard 2 Misty's Favors here with the Ditch and Splash. So Ditch and Splash, 2 Misty's Favors leave. I'm going to remember this game to leave 1 Misty's Favor in the discard pile for sure. Or maybe even as many as I have Lapras in play, actually, because that means our opponent cannot, or when they do Reset Stamp us, which they probably will, they are a Greens Reshizard deck, likes playing down Reset Stamp quite frequently. When they do Reset Stamp us, we'll have supporters to get back out of our discard pile, which makes most sense. The last game I was just trying to keep them all in my hand, but that didn't make a ton of sense. There we go. They already used the greens to go ahead and grab a Reset Stamp. See how aggressive they're going to be with it. I imagine if they're greens for it, though, they're going to be playing it. So I expect a Reset Stamp to be played this turn, which is a little early, it feels like. They're only going to Reset Stamp me for 5, and I do have the Misties in my discard pile, which means I can Mermaid Call into one here if I want to. So yeah, it feels a little aggressive from our opponent. Not a huge fan of that play. We'll see here, though. There they go with the Flare Starter. Gonna put one on the Reshizard. But that's nowhere near, that's not even close to a Flare Strike yet. So we're still in a great spot. Mermaid's Call, get the Misty's Favor back. And we're just gonna go ahead and Misty's Favor for pretty much the same cards. I don't know if I want a Pokemon Fan Club anymore. Definitely want the Lance. Lance Prism Star. I guess I will take a Fan Club just because we don't have that many options here. Definitely want to be aggressive here, though, so we're not going to take anything like a Steven's Resolve. Pokemon Fan Club again. Could just take another Misty's Favor. Wouldn't hate that, actually. Maybe not, though. Yeah, we could take the Misty's Favor, I guess. I don't really need another Misty's Favor, though. Now we'll take a Misty's Favor. All right, I'm locking it in. That's good enough for me. All right, Lapras comes down. SlowDuck comes down. We're gonna Mermaid's Call again, and then we will discard Stevens and a Misty's Favor on this one. Knock out the Volcanion. They can't knock us out next turn. We know that, like, pretty much for sure. They shouldn't be able to knock us out. There's a Water Energy. That's perfect. Yeah, we're setting up perfectly into this one to be able to take this one pretty easily, I think. I don't see our opponent being able to pull this one out. And yet, there's the concession. Easy dub over the Greens Reshizard. No turn 1 supporter. Made it all that much easier as well. But I think the matchup is going to definitely be favored no matter what, right? There's no way it would be unfavorable. Definitely a favorable matchup overall, but the no turn 1 supporter made it that much easier. First, again, okay hand. Nothing spectacular. Definitely would like a Cherish Ball or a SlowDuck off the top. All right, we do play Power Plant, so we can get through the Keldeo. Stellar Wish. Oof. All right, gonna grab I think the Coach Trainer here. Maybe the Healing. The Healing is like really hard to get potentially. So yeah, let's grab the Great Potion here actually instead. And then we are gonna Steven's Resolve. I'm gonna grab myself Lance, Fan Club, and a Misty's Favor, I think, is what I want here. Yeah, let's go with Lance, Fan Club, and Misty's Favor. Play the Fan Club next turn, attached to a duck, get a Lapras. If our opponent continues to play it slow from there, we just gotta like thin out the deck further with Misty's Favor, and we gotta find that Power Plant to potentially get around Keldeo. We can make infinite Keldeos through the Lusamine. We just need to take time to, we can make infinite Power Plants through the Lusamine chaining. We just need to like get to the Power Plant initially, and then can kind of build on it from there. So that's gonna be the first step, is getting the first Power Plant. It looks like our opponent might be playing Keldeo Control. Not worried about it at all, though. I guess they could Faba away our Power Plant, so we have to like Reset Stamp them in the same turn that we play down the first Power Plant. That's gonna be the goal then. That's the goal. We need to, unless they only have one Keldeo set up. There's a Reset Stamp from our opponent, though, so a really aggressive Reset Stamp. People are hitting us really aggressively with these Reset Stamps. Didn't do a whole ton. We still got everything, pretty much everything we need. This guy in our hand is not ideal, but hopefully we can find the communication and put him back in the deck. There's the Reset Stamp. So ideally, we just want to keep building on this hand until we get to the point where we win the game. They do play Ninetales as well, potentially, so we have to deal with that. We can attack with Lapras, though. There is the Power Plant. I'm not going to grab it yet to show our opponent we play it. I'm just going to grab the Misty's Favor. We do need to still set up. I am going to play the Misty's Favor, get ourselves... I want to draw cards here, or Steven's Resolve we're going to be using early on here, I think, actually. So Steven's, the Lance, and... Let's see, how many energy? We got 7 energy in here. That's more than enough energy. Both those guys are in there. Let me get a Lusamine for right now. Bench this guy, just in case they reset samples again, and then pass over to our opponent. And we're going to be using Steven's Resolve pretty much every turn from this turn forward. We're going to set up the Power Plant play. We have the Reset Stamp in hand, so we can get them with the Power Plant Reset Stamp play. And when they do take the first knockout, we're going to want to go Lance Stamp. Oh, Mars. Okay, so this is where I can get interesting. How aggressively they can Mars us and get rid of cards. So I guess I probably should have Mermaids called that, what's it called, back into our hand for sure. Okay, we're going to Steven's Resolve. Oh, we should Stellar Wish first. Stellar Wish. I'm going to grab the other Lusamine here. We'll leave the Power Plant in the deck still a little bit longer. I want to try and not get it more. Maybe I should have just grabbed it there. All right, whatever. We're going to Steven's Resolve here. We need a Water Energy, a Steven's Resolve. Oh, we can grab the Power Plant now if we wanted to. We're gonna go one more time, I guess, so we don't need it quite yet. Can't calm the boy back in the deck, but the boys are in there anyways. I don't even know what else to grab here, man. I'm kind of lost on this one. Maybe just grab another water for now. Well, we might top deck it. Don't want to grab the Power Plant quite yet. Don't want to grab the Switch quite yet. Want to have our hand as big as possible before we potentially grab anything else. I could just grab a dead card. What would be a dead card? Just grab another Misty's Favor. Want to kind of flood our hand with potential dead cards so our opponent doesn't discard our important cards with Mars potentially. They generally only play the one Mars in this deck, so I probably don't have to be too as worried as I am being about it, but still got to be careful. That's for sure. Still got to be careful if we can be. Steven's Resolve from our opponent. Okay, now here's where the game is going to get going for sure. Yeah, that's where the game is going to start. So I'm going to go attach next turn. We'll draw Stellar Wish, and then we're probably going to Stevens into Switch Power Plant. Yeah, Switch and Power Plant. And they probably won't be attacking us for another turn. So we may as well be as aggressive as we possibly can here. I don't want to Reset Stamp them yet. I'm going to look to Reset Stamp them on the turn that I put the Power Plant in play. Because we can't let them fob up Power Plant. That would be bad. If they fob our Power Plant, that's where we can definitely lose the game. So we'll see what we draw. Tails still asleep. Draw for turn. Surge, probably not going to be too ridiculously good. I'm going to grab another Steven's Resolve. Definitely wouldn't care if they discarded that with a potential Mars. Mars probably isn't happening this next turn, but better safe than sorry. And then Steven's Resolve. Going to go ahead and get ourselves Switch, Power Plant, and Water Energy. We're all ready to start swinging. We'll see what our opponent came up with off of their Steven's Resolve. I assume Ninetales will be making an appearance, but we can get around Ninetales because we do have the Lapras, and we almost maybe just want to let our opponent draw the first prize here, actually. Yeah, there is the Ninetales, but we can attack it with Lapras. We do kind of have to start attacking it before they attack us, though, I guess, is a concern. We do kind of have to hit it first with Lapras, but that probably shouldn't be a problem. I think I'm just going to let them draw the first prize here. They'll probably do another Steven's Resolve and then attack us with Keldeo, and then we can go Power Plant. Yeah, so we can go, yeah, I think I'm going to let them attack us here. We're going to go Stevens, get some Water Energy, maybe get the Communication in hand just in case we top deck one of the Dragonites on the turn we're about to play Lance. And then we'll do the Stamp combo after they KO our Jirachi. That sounds fine to me. I'm trying to think if there's anything our opponent could come up with that would really hurt us that much. I can't really come up with anything. I don't think it exists in their deck. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and let them play it out like this. We'll give them one more turn. Give ourselves another turn. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Cherish Ball, get a SlowDuck out of there. Because the same thing, 1-for-1 card in the hand, so that'll be fine. And then Stellar Wish. Grab the Communication. Perfect, just in case we top decked one of the what's it called. And then Steven's Resolve. Get ourselves, I think we're just going to grab like 2 waters. Maybe just 1 water would be fine. Yeah, 1 Water Energy. And maybe both the custom catchers, just so we can mess with any potential setup they want to go for. Yeah, I like that. 1 water, 2 custom catcher. All right. I don't think they have any idea what's about to hit them, but we'll find out here. I'm assuming they're going to go for the attack here on our Jirachi. I can't imagine there's anything else they would need to go for. So I assume Jirachi's going to get attacked here. That's fine with me. We're set up for this. And then we're just going to go into attacking them with with the Slowpoke and Psyduck. But if they have a reset stamp here, that's where things could get a little gnarly. If they have a reset stamp on this turn, we'd have to look to push up Lapras and then reset up behind the Jirachi. But we'll see here shortly. I'm kind of excited to see what they have. I'm excited to pull off our play on our turn for sure. It is just going to be a Steven's Resolve from our opponent, so we're definitely just going to go in this turn. I think we're... Are we ready to go in? Man, I could take one more... See, now I want to say I should have just gotten more water energy. So if they did do this play, it kind of slows me down. Yeah, I don't know here now. Now I'm kind of unsure what I want to do. We don't have a Stevens in hand because I didn't grab one. I could have just grabbed more water. All right, that's 2 water in hand now. We can also Stellar Wish before we do anything else. There's a Great Potion. I'm just going to grab that. I think that's definitely the harder card to get. We have a 23 card deck left. Could just play a Lusamine, get 2 Stevens Resolves. We also have to kind of be careful of our opponent potentially using... Is there 4 Stevens in there? There is 4 Stevens. I want to keep the Lusamine loop available. All right, I think I'm just going to swing here. Well, now I'm not so sure. Let's go with the Misty's Favor. What else can I get out of here? And a... Coach Trainer. Lana. Lana is going to potentially be pretty good here. There's 3 energy left in the deck. 3, 7. There's 2 energy prized. I would be drawing 2 prizes if we went for the play this turn. I think I'm going to give it one more turn here. Mermaid's Call. I don't know if I want to give my opponent one more turn for whatever they're trying to set up, though. I don't think I do. I think we're just going to go for it here, actually. Yeah, Reset Stamp. Switch Power Plant, and we're going to swing. Maybe I'm being a little bit too aggressive here. Maybe I don't need to be this aggressive, but I don't really want to give them any more time. I'm trying to think of plays that they could potentially be pulling off. I can't quite come up with anything too ridiculous, but better safe than sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I guess we get rid of the Surge at this point because I don't think we're going to be using it. And there is the knockout on the Keldeo. Goodbye, Keldeo. Can't quite knock out the Ninetales yet, but we're 2 water away, 2 turns away from just attaching and being able to do it. We're definitely going to try and do that. I'm going to start going with the Lusamine to get our supporters back out of our discard pile, our coach trainers, and so on. And yeah, we'll see. They're down 3 Stevens, so they only have 1 Stevens left, which is a big deal. I didn't really want to give them another turn to like Lusamine for 2 Stevens and then swing, something like that, and kind of set themselves up to be better under the reset stamp. So yeah, they only have 1 Stevens left here. They do have Lusamines that can get the Stevens. They have stuff. Oh no, there's the Faba for the Power Plant off the Pokegear. So we might just be losing this one real soon here. I mean, I guess we can Surf still to knock out the Keldeos, but that is far from ideal, especially with how much energy we have left. We don't have a ton of energy left. We can maybe set up 2 Lapras to use Surf with. Can't even start surfing next turn. We have to be surfing the turn after. Taking Liza would definitely be something to potentially add in here to give ourselves a switch out. I guess that's only probably really good against these random control decks, but there's the Tate and Liza. They're choosing to not Faba, so they probably didn't have a what's it called in hand. But we couldn't actually knock out this thing anyway, so I'm actually kind of surprised they went with it like that. They definitely could have gone the other way around. All right, there it is. Pass over to us. Nothing for our opponent. I think if we get our stadium, we could put our Power Plant in our discard pile, which actually kind of protects it. So I kind of want to go for that here with this Coach Trainer. Did not get it. We drew everything else. Attached to our Lapras, and then I think it is just going to be a pass. I could Cherish Ball, grab this guy out of the deck. Yeah, that Lysandre Labs is in there. I should probably start Lusamining some of the cards back out of our discard pile. Should definitely Mermaid's Call. Almost forgot to do that. That back. Probably set up. How many do we have in there? Just one more. I think that'll be fine. So we can't Ditch and Splash. We can start swinging next turn with the Lapras if we want to, which we are gonna go for sure. Yeah, if I could get my other stadium and kind of put my Power Plant in the discard pile for later, that would actually be ideal for sure. That's definitely something we want to set up. A switch here to move our Slowpoke would also be nice. Get him out of the active. But our last switch is prize, so we can't do that. Maybe I could have like retreated our Jirachi instead of switching. I didn't know how this game was going to play out anyways though, so I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. There's another Keldeo from our opponent. We'll see if they have a counter stadium to get rid of this power plant, or maybe they have the Faba. I don't think they played a supporter yet, have they? Maybe they have a... Nope, just going to be the Blizzard Town. Perfect for us. We can Lusamine, get the power plant back. Probably also grab a Coach Trainer. Yep, Lusamine, power plant, Coach Trainer. Double custom, bring up the Keldeo. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know if they maybe just didn't expect this to happen, so it's kind of fair for how they ended up playing this turn out. And then I think we have one more thing we can do. Yeah, we can do the Mermaid's Call. Or I guess no, I'm gonna end up with one of these in the discard pile, am I? Yeah. So we're gonna Ditch and Splash. We need to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Knock out this Keldeo. Perfect. Awesome. Down to 2 prizes. Still have to deal with this pesky Ninetales. There's a switch, though. That is a big game changer for sure. Getting the switch off the prizes. We can switch into the Lapras and just hit it with Surf. If they ever bench another Keldeo, we have the, what's it called, to deal with that. The last 2 custom catchers. So we really just want to build up the hand from here with Lusamine. But there's going to be the concession from our opponents. So we beat the Bronzong Keldeo stall. Definitely potentially a close matchup. They can get the Faba. They can remove the stadium and then giraffe it away. But if we can keep our power plant and combo it with the reset stamp like we did, and just kind of keep it in play, I think that's the way to go about it. There's only 1 reset stamp in the deck, only 1 power plant. So if either of the pieces of the prize, it can get a little bit rough, but we end up taking it up here. Yeah. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I think this deck is crazy fun. There's definitely some changes I think I'd want to make, and I'll probably work on it further and come at you guys with an updated list soon. But this deck is a super fun deck. This is like almost as fun as that Chandelure deck I was playing the other day, so I definitely recommend you guys play around with it. And yeah, that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.